So Kelsey Mitchell obviously did her exit interview. Everyone's done their exit interviews with the Indiana Fever. Everyone has done them. And this exit interview has quite a few fans worried. In my opinion, I would not be worried when it comes to Kelsey Mitchell. Because if Kelsey Mitchell wants to be in Indiana, Kelsey Mitchell will be in Indiana.
What if I told you the Indiana Fever team that nearly shocked the league in 2025 doesn't technically exist anymore? That's right. After falling just one game short of the WNBA Finals, the Fever are now staring at a total roster reset heading into 2026. And this isn't your typical offseason.
This is the current 2025 Indiana Fever roster. Now, do I believe their roster will remain the same for the next coming months? No. Certain players will be leaving this basketball team, but I believe some big names is going to leave this team this year, and we're going to be very surprised who leaves.
This is a rebuild, disguised as a reload, with contracts expiring, veterans walking away, and only 3 players still guaranteed to wear a Fever jersey next year. So today, we're breaking down exactly what's happening behind the scenes in Indiana, who's staying, who's leaving, and what it really means for Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, and the future of this franchise. Because trust me, the changes coming for 2026 are way bigger than fans realize.
All right, let's get some things in order. Who is ESPN predicting to leave the Indiana Fever in free agency? Who are they predicting to leave all of these teams? This is the most free agents in WNBA history. Everybody is trying to cash in on this new CBA. We got to figure out who is about to be leaving Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, along with some of the other teams. I think there are a few players that are going to be.
The Fever's 2025 season was storybook stuff, comeback wins, breakout stars, and a legitimate championship dream, until it all came crashing down. Game 5. WNBA semifinals. A heartbreaker in overtime, and with that, Indiana's dream season ended in silence. But the real storm hit after the buzzer. While fans were still replaying that final possession, the front office woke up to a nightmare, almost the entire roster set to hit free agency. That's not hyperbole. Only 3 players are under contract for 2026. Everyone else, gone or about to be. And with the new collective bargaining agreement looming, chaos isn't just expected, it's guaranteed.
Which begs the question, what are the 4 players, 4 players that the Indiana Fever should core to make sure that no team can touch them heading into the expansion draft?
Let's start with the survivors. Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Michaela Timson, that's it. Those are the 3 guaranteed Fever players for 2026. Clark will be entering the 3rd year of her rookie deal, earning just over $85,000, a fraction of what her star power deserves.
Number 1, you gotta core Caitlin Clark. The General. Last year, she averaged 16.5 points per game over a 13-game period, 8.8 assists per game, 5 rebounds per game, 1.6 steals per game. She is the franchise. She is the captain. She is the leader. She is the soul. She is the sun of this solar system.
After injuries derailed much of her 2025 season, she's expected to come back with a vengeance, averaging 16.5 points, 5 rebounds, and nearly 9 assists in limited play. The Fever will also have to decide whether to pick up her 2027 team option, worth $97,582, a no-brainer for the face of the franchise. For now, Caitlin Clark isn't going anywhere, but the question isn't about her future, it's about who will still be standing next to her.
Aaliyah Boston, yes, keep Aaliyah Boston. 15 points per game, 3.7 assists per game, 8.2 rebounds per game for Aaliyah Boston. The pick and roll with her and Caitlin Clark, lethal.
Aaliyah Boston. If Clark is the heart, Aaliyah Boston is the anchor. Her 2025 campaign was dominant, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists per game, and another All-Star nod. She's healthy, consistent, and locked in for 2026 with a guaranteed $94,740 salary. Between Clark and Boston, the Fever have their cornerstones. Everything else is up for grabs. Then there's rookie Michaela Timson, the 19th overall pick from 2025, who fought her way into the rotation. She filled in when injuries hit, especially when Damiris Dantas went down. and now she's secured a second-year rookie deal worth $70,653. Timson will play overseas this winter to sharpen her game, just like many WNBA players chasing better pay. But when she returns, she might find a completely different locker room waiting for her.
But again, if there is roster expansion into the CBA, maybe you can keep 6 players. And in that case, the 6th player's name is Michaela Timson.
Now here's where things get complicated and emotional. Lexie Hull. After 4 seasons in Indiana, Lexie Hull is now a restricted free agent. That means the Fever can keep her if they match any offer from another team, but someone will test her value. Hull became a full-time starter after Sophie Cunningham's injury in August and played through pain to keep the Fever alive in the playoffs. She's proven her toughness, her defense, and her value, but will Indiana pay to keep her? That's one of the biggest offseason storylines to watch.
It's very uncertain for the entire league in general, but you're a free agent for the first time. Have you thought about what free agency might look like for you if you'd like to be back?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a restricted free agent, so I think that changes things a little bit, but I've loved my years here in Indiana. So obviously with a lot of uncertainty, you don't know what's to come, but I've built a life here, and I love this franchise. I love the people, I love the fans, so we'll see what comes. Elliot?
And then there's Kelsey Mitchell, the backbone, the bucket getter, the leader who carried this team when injuries hit. Mitchell just finished one of the best seasons in franchise history, averaging 20.2 points per game, becoming the first Fever player ever to break the 20-point barrier for a season. She's now an unrestricted free agent, meaning she could technically sign anywhere, but the Fever hold one last ace, the core tag. They've already used it once before, and they can use it one final time to give Indiana exclusive negotiating rights as long as they offer her the supermax salary.
Next person who needs to stay. Yes, Money Mitch put him in a ditch. Averaged 20.2 points per game last season, 3.2 assists for somebody who never passes the ball, from what I'm told. She averaged over 3 assists last year. She never passes the ball. You'd think she'd average like 1.5, 1.2. 3.2 assists for Kelsey Money Mitch, and shot nearly 40% from 3, 39% from the 3-point line for Kelsey Mitchell last year.
That's about $250,000, the highest in the league. The question is, will she stay? Fans panicked after her exit interview, but Mitchell herself has said she loves playing under head coach Stephanie White. Her chemistry with Clark and Boston makes her almost irreplaceable. Still, the WNBA has seen stars like Alyssa Thomas and Satu Sabali force trades even after being tagged, so nothing is guaranteed. If Mitchell leaves, the Fever lose their identity.
When her and Caitlin Clark are in the lineup together, lethal, deadly, the best backcourt in the league, hands down. It's Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell, number 1. Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell, number 2. Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark, number 3. And then whoever, number 4.
After those 4, things get messy fast. Natasha Howard, the 12-year veteran and locker room leader, is now an unrestricted free agent. She earned $214,466 last season and was the steady veteran presence Indiana leaned on. But the Fever can't core her anymore. She's already maxed out that eligibility, so unless she takes a pay cut, she could be gone. Then there's Sophie Cunningham, the emotional spark of the team. She came to Indiana after a trade from Phoenix, but her year was derailed by injuries, first an ankle sprain, then a torn MCL in August. In 30 games, she averaged 8.6 points and 3.5 rebounds, and fans adored her intensity. Now, she's also an unrestricted free agent. After a brutal rehab process, no one knows whether she'll return or test free agency.
I think you're only going to be able to keep 4 players. And I think you know who number 4 is. It's between 2 players. You guys know it's between 2 players. But number 4 should be Sophie Cunningham. Yup, I said it.
Damiris Dantas, the backup center, also hits the market. Reliable off the bench, strong in the paint, and beloved in the locker room, but her concussion late in the season left her future uncertain. Sydney Colson, Ari McDonald, Odyssey Sims, Ariel Powers, all signed short-term or hardship contracts. All are unrestricted. The injury plague of 2025 forced Indiana to bring in wave after wave of replacements. Some, like Odyssey Sims, made a real impact. Others were temporary fixes in a season of chaos. The result? A roster built out of duct tape and adrenaline, now disassembled overnight.
If we are allowed a fifth player, I highly doubt it, but if we are, yes, Lexie Hull. That's the fifth player that you keep. That is the fifth player that you keep.
General Manager Amber Cox and the Fever front office face the toughest offseason in franchise history. They've got a core of 3, possibly 4 if they retain Mitchell, but everything else depends on how the new CBA shakes out. The agreement could change everything: salary caps, player movement rules, contract lengths, and every GM in the league is holding their breath.
Everybody else you let walk, and you good luck. See you later. Sims, appreciate you. See ya. Power, appreciate you. See ya. Aaron McDonald, hopefully nobody picks you up, Ari. We'll bring you back. Don't worry. Top, see ya. Dantis, see ya. Turner, see ya.
For Indiana, that means uncertainty in every direction. Do they chase veteran stability? Do they go younger and rebuild around Clark and Boston? Or do they gamble and go all in for a championship before Clark's rookie deal ends? Whatever the path, one thing is clear: this team will look drastically different next season. Let's sum it up. Guaranteed for 2026, Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Michaela Timson, likely returning, Kelsey Mitchell, if cord, Lexie Hull, if matched, question marks, Cunningham, Howard, Dantas, Coulson, Sims, Powers, McDonald, and nearly everyone else. The Fever were one overtime away from the finals, but now they're one offseason away from total transformation.
A lot of these women go overseas to play for more money. I believe they make more money overseas than they make over here. So I will be kind of reacting to different players going overseas that is playing for the Indiana Fever. Now, Michaela Timson is the first one to go. Now, we do know Kelsey Mitchell actually played overseas last year, and I believe she got hurt too going over there. She hurt her finger or something.
The decisions made in the next few months will determine whether Indiana stays a contender or collapses back into rebuild mode. And as the WNBA's biggest stars watch closely, the pressure on Caitlin Clark's shoulders only grows heavier. Because if she wants to chase a ring, she'll need the right team behind her. And right now, that team doesn't even exist on paper. So what do you think? Should the Fever run it back with their 2025 core, or clean house and rebuild around Clark and Boston? Drop your predictions in the comments, because this offseason could reshape the entire WNBA. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button to help more fans see it, and don't forget to subscribe for the latest Fever updates, WNBA drama, and insider analysis. I'll see you in the next one.